Hello. Mhm. It's just you come. Um, okay. Oh, we got four of you here. Oh my goodness, 25. Wow, how are you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My sinuses are not the best. Hello, Elaine Rogers. Nice to see you. Hey, Waters. Yeah, I can only go on for a limited time. I forgot I've got my nurse coming today to do my wound vac. Um, but I'll stay on for what I can. Thankfully, I got some sleep. Happy MLK Day. That's right. I have a dream. I do too. And you know what? We have hope. We have hope. This will be a dark time, but we will get through it. It's that white knuckle ride in my dream that we are going to have, but we'll make it. And we have spiritual guides that are here for us. We just need to remember to stay close to them and to engage them. And I was watching, I like Don Lemon. He's got his own channel now on YouTube. And I had to laugh this morning because he's in his kitchen and he's bringing you in his kitchen. He's cooking up grits and he's making a big old Southern big breakfast, right? Delicious. And he's on about what I've been telling you guys, which is, and I'm sure other readers too. Let me just crank this up a little bit. I feel like I'm kind of, maybe it's my gain. There we go. That's better. Um, about self-care and about safeguarding your sanity and your peace. And that's what I want to focus on. So, yeah, I know. I know you're feeling disappointed. I understand. I feel that way too. I think everyone does, but we've just got to feel the feels so we can release them. All right. It's not pleasant, but if we feel it, then we can release it. Yeah, he probably was. He's got to remember, he's got to put on, I mean, this is kind of what's expected of him. He's got to put on a resemblance of good manners. And I'm sure he will do that. Um, because it would make him look small if he just kind of went. But, I would like there to be a little more pushback, not a little bit, a lot more. I think you all do too. Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I just drop? That was a big bang. Hmm. We'll find out. All right. Figure that out. So what was this, Lori? I was just looking at your comment. And I'm just gonna allow you guys to say what you want to say, put in some, you can put in what you like. Feel free to, especially if you're in a red state and don't have very many people to talk to about it. Feel free to share it here. I just ask that you guys be respectful of each other and each other's feelings. One of the things too I saw would be that our emotions are going to be ripe to be manipulated. So that's their game. We don't want to give them any more than they've already taken, right? So we have to guard our emotions and our energy from being manipulated. So Lori was saying, yes, we have a dream, and for 45, this is the beginning of the end. Yes, it is. That's why not only myself, but many other readers get the death card for him. This is the ending. And it's not just the ending of him, but it's the ending of, I think, where we allow this kind of crap to go unchecked. But anyway, be patient. That's right. And that's another thing that my guides were saying. The patience card, be patient, endure. Think of the strength card with the lady with the lion, a gentle strength. And that includes being gentle with yourself and your feelings, as corny as that may sound, and understanding too that people's emotions are on a high, are going to be running high. So it's best not to, somebody could be moody, expect it. It may get dark, and that's right. It may get turbulent, but just hold on, connect to your guides. This is really to help us turn back, in a sense, to being closer to the divine. And the dawn is coming. That's right. because the Ten of Swords, which also comes up for him frequently, shows exactly what Lori's saying. We have the darkness of dawn, and then we have the light of the sunrise. And we just have to go through this dark night of the soul. Can we read on the 4B movement here in the United States? Will it take off, become popular here? If so, what's the fallout? Yeah, I admit I don't know what the 4B movement is. I'll have to look that up. But feel free to tell me what that is, if you would, in so many words. I'll star that. All right. Let me see here. For the next 4 years, Isabel's saying, we are going to see very clearly what we don't want. That's right. Remember my other my other reading that showed that this was going to be about contrast. He is the contrast, and it's going to be, we already kind of knew, but there's something about that he's got to be in for, and forgive me for this because I don't like it any more than you, but there's something significant about us going through it. So that I think maybe we make sure that, of course, it doesn't continue to happen or get any worse. So that's very much it. He is the contrast, the dark to the light. So exactly, we're going to see what we don't want and what we are so motivated to get we cannot believe, And it's like our pants will be on fire to install that change. I honestly don't think that we probably, and I hate to say it, but I don't think that we probably would have had quite the same energy and enthusiasm uh, as we're going to have to make sure that people have a backbone or they don't get our vote to stand up to this kind of abuse of our government, which is supposed to serve us, not just the wealthy. The orange fish, orange, wide eyes. Oh, hanging out with you today. Thanks, Tara Lynn. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves and know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, because there is. Do not. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Marina. We do not need to lose hope. Now, they're going to try and kill our spirit because that's what they enjoy. So we have to safeguard our spirit and our well-being. And that means sometimes maybe even going old school, going offline, getting a book, and just not, that is your world, for that time. And that's really what we're going to have to do. And just maybe, I don't have to tell you guys, look through, scan the headlines and get the idea of what's going on, and just, you don't need to hear it. You're going to go on a bit of a vacation from being able to stomach that. Because otherwise it's going to get people all wound up. And Trump does good at attracting crazy. Can you guys remember when his first term, where a man burned himself on the White House lawn, lit himself on fire? I don't know that it was known what in it, because it wasn't never made an issue, but of why he did that, or his political beliefs. But I've said it before. He just attracts all kinds of crazy. So I wouldn't want to be him at all. Okay, oops. Why did my co-pilot come on? Let's see. I have the travesty disaster in the rotunda on. Oh, my 91-year-old mom wants to watch. Well, I'm here on the phone. Makes me sick to my stomach. Oh, I'm sorry, Marilyn. Just if that's what she wants, that's, obviously she's an adult and you've done what you can do. So just, focus on good things, Marilyn. Focus on the positive, the things that you enjoy. Puppy videos, kitty videos, maybe nature, all that, because it's going to be our balm. It's going to be our healer. And our our castle, our fort, to keep us fortified. You know? Let's see what else we have here. Is it real? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I saw that there would be choices, and depending on the choices that everyone makes, there would be certain outcomes. Now, this is part of it, but what's likely to happen from what I can see is that we'll go through this, like with the dream especially, and the cards that I've had. We'll go through this, and we have a brighter future ahead. But we're going to go through, yeah, a dark night of the soul to get there. So I'm not going to lie to you. But we're here for each other, and we'll grow. We'll actually grow through this, unfortunately. But I think this is our last dealing with him as well. Because he always gets that death card, and there's some unexpected stuff that's going to pop up with him. There's, all kinds of danger for him as well. Particularly with his mortal being, from what I saw. All right, let's see what else people saying. To me, his contract is to wake up the world. Yes, it is. He's the contrast. So this gets us really going to get us moving more than anyone else would have, and more determined that decency and respectability and ethicalness be what is in charge. That hasn't been in charge since politicians, identified themselves in the world, I guess. It would be nice, but I think we're going to go toward a much more improved situation in America. I also get more women, and women coming in because they're going to be so hopping angry. And women will be the way forward. That's the divine feminine rising. South Korean protest movement against their sexist policies. Okay. 4B, 4 no's. Oh, no, with men. No to, to that whole playing into the whole patriarchal, have my babies. It's about women protecting themselves and their lives. Yes, you can expect this to get traction. From what I saw, anything to do with women, women's rights, women taking care of, looking out for, our sisters and those that are vulnerable. Women will be taking more of the lead after this, and just know that whenever you hear of something awful, just know, like, it's going to become very different. So they can just have their time, because it's not going to last forever, and we'll outlast this window of time. We will. And there is a point to it, and we'll realize it more on the other side, of course, of it. Yeah. Yeah, and I will read Celebrate Martin. Yeah, that's right. Martin, here to celebrate Martin Luther King and his dream of equality for everyone. Wouldn't that be nice? Because, when you help someone, you're helping everyone. We're all interconnected. That's just how it goes. So, it's good to be kind. Yes, it will. It will get much darker. It will. And just know that this is a test. Just know that this is a test. So just kind of put your mind in test mode. I want to do well through this test. So that means I cannot allow myself to be manipulated emotionally and energetically. I have to focus on something that's healthy and positive. So I'm going to take myself away from focusing on politics and, do something else. That's all right. It does. Yes, we can look at the 4B movement. Let's take a look at it to start with and see how that will affect. Oh, why did I do that? I meant to star that. Okay. So there's that. All right, I'm just kind of rolling back through. your comments. All right, so let's take a look at, oh, oops. Here we go. Let's take a look at the 4B movement in the United States. Let me just kind of, I've got Bear up here, and somebody jacked up the heat, and I had to open the skylights. And now I'm getting a lot of cool air. There we go. Okay. So let me get a sip of my coffee. I was supposed to get a blood draw today, but then I forgot to tell my husband only black coffee. I'm going to have to do it another day because it's got creamer in it. My nurse will be thrilled. Oops. Okay, so I want to thank you for popping in here and staying here with me. If you would, do me ever such a favor and help my algorithm and just give it a thumbs up if you would. That would be great, even if you just want to lurk. So now I'm going to look. Let me make sure I fixed my deck up last night. All right. Now I'm going to look at that 4B movement in the United States, and that's where women that say, I'm not going to date, I'm not going to be giving anything over to those that are involved in this fascism. You know, I'm keeping myself to myself, and there's no entry. Yeah. And there's no, I'm not going to placate your patriarchal insecurity. And that's what the divine feminine is. She doesn't need, and it's not, she doesn't need a man. Nobody needs, we need people to love us. We need people to care for us. Hey, Mikhail, how are you doing? Glad you're here. So let's just see. Carol Pax has started smoking and drinking. Oh no, Carol, don't do that. Just kind of taper it off a bit. That's okay, Mikhail. No worries. Be gentle with yourself, folks. Be gentle with yourself. And understand if you feel moody. Understand if you have an emotional, lows and stuff like that. Just understand what it is and then take action. Because if you find yourself getting depressed, and I've dealt with depression, I have really serious depression. Make sure that if you need medication, that you get it, and try not to fall back into really bad habits. Try to build good ones. That's what I'm focusing on. It's like, Maya, you need to go through your clutter, your too much stuff, stop buying stuff, and, get it together, girlfriend. So that's my job. That's what I'm working on. For me, we all have our thing, right? We've all got maybe some habits, some stuff we got to work on. I figure this is as good a time as any for me to get serious about that and not follow his distraction, because I know that the world will go on. Without me listening to the news and having to worry and all of that, I don't need to allow myself to be harmed in that way. I wouldn't make a child watch his stuff. I certainly don't want to watch it myself or allow it to get to me. So let's look at the 4B movement. How is that going to grow in America now that Ding Dong will be in for a bit? And I didn't see. I think it will be curtailed. I don't know by how much, but I don't think it's very long. Because that's why, like, when in my dream I was getting in the boat, it was going to be what I understood from my guides to be like a short boat ride, but it would be a white knuckle freaky ride. So I just want to, yeah, I understand. Gardana, you feel sick on top of depressed. Allow yourself to feel it and release it. And you can release that by feeling it and then trying to focus. Journaling is going to be really good. He's blathering, very low energy. That's always him. Understand too that there's going to be some moments of Schadenfreude that we will have as well. So it won't all be completely without some ability to go, you know? We have to be a bit more distanced emotionally, which is difficult. But we have to think of ourselves like the grown-up and he's the toddler, and we're just like if there was a child having a fit, we wouldn't, or another adult, we would not allow them to get us to break from being the adult and going, okay, no, you're just too much. I'm going over here doing this. I'm sliding. Okay, 4B movement, United States. Will it grow? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the balance here, talking and looking. So I will focus on this reading now. 4B movement, United States, where women don't want to date, don't want to have intimate relationships with men that are Trumpers or sexist and misogynistic. Is that going to grow in America? In my head, just now I got a yes, which is, well, oh, my background, I forgot today. All right, we've got, you can barely see, it's the Seven of Swords. That's the getting away with it card, the theft, okay? And we have loss with the Five of Cups. So there's the depression card. You can see the person, even though you can't see all the... I should change the background because, you know what? Let me just try this. I love this background, but it is one that... Now you can see a little bit, not that much more. It's because I've got so much bright light coming in right now. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups. There's depression in women over, I believe, it's showing the theft of this election, and there's the depression. So that's what it's going to start to women will, feeling. And I think they're going to go from those feelings and process on toward being involved in that kind of a 4B movement. Yes, there's the Knight of Swords. That's the fastest knight in the deck. And it's all about communication. And women are, I'm seeing it now. And I've gotten glimpses of it too. I get like a flash. I see women out in the street, but being appropriate, with class. Yes. And organization and communication, again, focused with the Magician. Okay, so I see it rising. Yes, women are going to go through here in the States, as we have been, a depression over the loss, but there is taking this time to grow further beyond it. I feel like it's using this time to create a plan to knock this thing on its head. So this is the organization, the planning with the Knight of Swords and the Magician, okay? This is women getting active. And they are not playing. I would not play with this Knight of Swords. You'll get shish kebabbed. And this person has a variety of tools. Like I said, they have a variety of means and ways, and they are activating as I will, or as it is above, so it is below, and this is what I will. So women start getting active with it. Yes, they will. Oh, yes. And here's the Death card. Once again, this year is all about transformation. So look at the Death card. It's not a bad thing because, again, it is... Trump represents the death, the loss, but it will give rise And here's the plan. What did I tell you? They're going to be building plans and organizing. Women are going to be very active in building something new, because there's going to be a great deal of loss. Unfortunately, there's going to be, he's going to probably do more things to make it hard on women, to be honest. Hey, artist Liz. Yes, Denise, I'm going to take a look at that. Wait a minute. Oops. Married men live longer than single men. Single women live longer than married women. Okay, I'm just trying to look. Oh, and she's saying so many Redditors, I like Reddit as well, are flooding the subreddit boards complaining that men are outright lying about who they voted for to get relationships. Also, the child-free and sterilization boards are booming. Oh, I bet. I bet. Because that's really what's left in women's power. And I will take a look at the abortion laws. Okay, Denise's question. Just trying to take a look. And again, yes, my mom's an Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquariuses. You guys are awesome. And hello, Trinetta Parker and Ellen R. Just want to say, Eileen, everyone here, Gina, Marjorie. Marjorie says, when I turned 50, I chose to give up sex and love relationships. That was 28 years ago. And I bet you're doing just fine. That's not the only thing in life. It's a pleasant thing that's in life, or it can be pleasant unless you don't have somebody that knows what they're doing. Well, anyway, we won't go into that, but, there's so much more to life than just that facet. That is such a, I think it's weird when people get overly focused on having sex all the time. It's like, that's so unnatural. That's not even natural, and sex is natural, but that's an obsession. My mind is refusing to accept this. I'm just using my Piscean ability to tap the F out. I hear you. I have Pisces moon and ascendant, though I'm a Virgo, as I've said before. So I understand that. Midas Touch is showing videos of puppies all day. Oh, I might have to go and see that. And my nephew, who is engaged, had a vasectomy, so his fiance wouldn't have to have her tubes tied. That's fantastic. My husband had that done, because it's much more of a harder surgery on a woman than for a man. They're only in there maybe half an hour or less to snip, zip, done. Little sore, maybe a day, and they're okay. That's awfully good of them, Mikhail. And Trinita says, hello, my friends. Marina says, and Midas is having a fundraiser for animals. Oh, that's awesome, while they're streaming the puppies and kitties. Marjorie says that she has lived a full life. That's wonderful. I'm super glad to hear it. Artist Liz says, I've been single for years and I'm okay. I'm sure. My mom as well. My mom says, she had to get used to it, but like now she's like, I couldn't have a man around. I couldn't have that. They'd drive her crazy. And I get it. And people get older, it's harder you gotten used to your own way, in your house and all that. And Gordana says, I feel so much grief for the families who are going to be hunted down. Yes, for deportation. My heart aches for all Americans. Same. I had to turn the sound of his voice off. Oh my God, I can't. I get here to hear 5 seconds of it. And it's like, done. Yes. She thinks something is going to happen and she wants to see it live. She had some powerful intuition. My hope is 1% right now. Yeah, I just, don't get caught up in it. The best thing that my guides have kept pounding in is like, focus on something else. Seriously, focus on something else, Maya. Focus on something like, okay, like you're interested in getting into needlepoint again. Do that. I'm not sure the national abortion ban would be successful. It would end up tied up in the court due to so many states protecting their constitutions, protecting it in their constitution. Yeah. Let's just take a look if he'll try. I guess we'll just take a look at that. So we're going to take a look at AstroChick says, listen, there's pleasure toys, wink, wink. That's right. There's all kinds of things. Get creative, as they say. Is that coming in on here? I got quite a bit of a glare today, sunlight. Let me just see on the other side here. Yeah, you can see it looks like I got a mustache of light. All right, maybe I'll just kind of shift my bottom and I'll go over more this way. There, that's a little bit better. Okay. My sister told me this morning to stop watching the news. Mikhail. Yeah, I would say limit your exposure to what you're comfortable with. You'll know what that is. I'm a good man, Marilyn. I was raised by a wonderful battle axe, and I miss her to this day. No, we love Mikhail on here. I love men. I like men that have good manners, that love women, and that aren't misogynists. Like my husband, and they do exist, and they're just as disgusted with this as we are. So let's take a look at that dang light. I'm going to have to try and bounce around it. Let's just see what we can pick up. So will he try, will 45 or whatever you want to call this orange hyena, try and implement the ban for abortion nationwide? Well, him and his freaky, weird GOP try and move an abortion ban to be nationwide. Will they try that on? I think they will try it. I think he knows that this is his last chance in here, and I think he's going to pull out the stops in a lot of ways. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, happy birthday, Kiki Law. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kiki. Happy birthday to you. And many more. All right. So I'll take a look at that ban nationwide. Well, here we have the family, the 10 of Cups, and the children. It kind of gives me that feeling. The son. That tells, yes, I think so. There's this emphasis on a family, on having a family. So this is a yes to me that he will try and do that. But there is hope, folks. There is hope. The hope card, the star. Okay? And I'm sorry that my background it's only because the light is so bright coming in right now. And we do have mastery, self-mastery, but also that of Trump. So I think there's hope despite him. I think there's also hope for those that are in government, as another subscriber was saying, different states, like California, we would resist that. It's like that we would not implement that. But if you live in a red state, God help you. God help you. Yeah, there's the moon and the home. There's a lot of, they're saying that the energy that they want to focus is warped, where the home, family, they're getting too invasive into people's home life. So I think they will try and do it. I think it's a good possibility. Okay. You're welcome, none your business. Business. To younger politicians who are willing to move and shake things up. Yeah, we'll get them. We'll get them in. We will. Lynette says, I don't think Harris will run again. I think a lot of people are really disappointed in what happened and will be looking. I think that's a good possibility. Um, Regardless, the good news is I see lots of women. And that's one thing I can tell you I always see. And women that have similar experience, wisdom under their belt taking a lead. So let's say it's not her. We still don't need to throw out hope. We don't need to attach ourselves that fully because there might be somebody that would do an even greater job uh, just ahead of us yet. So we need to be open to the universe putting in what's best and not get too attached to outcomes. I always tell people that because it will cause you so much disappointment, as you said, that's unnecessary already on top of everything. Washington State will fight too. Yep. My pendulum, even this morning, said DT would not be sworn in. My pendulum lies. I like pendulums, but I don't put a lot of stock into them because I simply think that with my hands, I could shake it. And so, like, I like using them, but the cards are more objective for me. So, the pendulum is a fun practice in addition to the cards that I use. Um, and I'm sorry that you're F today, not in a good way. Let's raise you up because I don't want you to feel that way. And Marjorie says, I gave up sex for 27 years, and 1 year ago I met my dream man. We are both old, at me, 78, and him, 67, and we're having a wonderful time together. I think that's awesome. You're great companions. You love each other. And, at some point also, like with me, my physical body is hurting more. I've got more health issues. You have to find pleasure in other things too, and not just one thing. I wish they'd put Quincy back on. Well, Aline, check YouTube for Quincy reruns or stuff. Sometimes they have these folks will upload reruns. Like I found a lot of classic shows being run. Oh, right here, Mikhail says that it's on FETV. So that's good to look at. Oh, you don't have it. Well, check YouTube. Check YouTube because you might be able to pick up some, like they have some on Columbo. Like I've watched old Columbo, Mary Tyler Moore, um, you know, Rockford Files. Rockford Files are really good. There's, all kinds of stuff yet you can find. Just have a search. So if a white woman couldn't become president, yep, and a black woman couldn't become president, what race of woman will win the presidency? I don't know. I don't know. I think that it will be open to the person that is most applicable. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Who is ever meant to be there. And we'll find out who that person is as time processes and we see women's movement. I think they will come from the women's movement that is going to be developing during this time. And I think if we keep our eyes on that, we'll have an idea. Oh yeah, and you watched all seasons of Newhart on YouTube. Newhart was great. I used to enjoy that. I remember watching that, and Rhoda, used to watch Rhoda. Um, what was it? Some of the other ones. Oh, remember Kiss My Grits? I used to watch that when I was a kid, so I might watch that again just for nostalgia's sake. I forget Mel's, was it Diner or something? No, I don't think I'm getting that right. I think many saw him not being sworn in, but I think we are taking that literally. There might there may be a deeper meaning that we don't understand yet. That's true. And that's another thing about attaching meanings to readings too quickly. You need to let them breathe, like a wine. When you open I don't drink anymore, but I used to. So it needs to breathe. A reading needs to breathe. You need to allow time to pass by so you can see the form of things. And if it's kind of cottoning, if you will, if the things are coming together. So, you know, I think that he's going to go through the motions, but he's not. I think we saw, what we did because of, well, I don't know. But I think maybe we will understand on the end. I do think he'll go through the motions here. And none of your business says she's pissed off at Joe. Yeah, I understand that. I'm very disappointed that the Democrats, period, didn't stand up firmly. Bob Newhart, Rhoda, yep. Alice, that's what it was. Alice. Yeah. Three's Company. Yes, I remember that. And the Golden Girls. Oh, they were brilliant. And you can see them on YouTube too. I know that because I've seen the um, entry for them. That's true. So let's take a look. Oh, what's this? My friggin' travel TV just blacked out and stopped playing my Roku. Oh, maybe it's a connection. Both women should have won. Yes, both women should have won. He's stolen it from two women now. And he's just empowered. All he's done is now empowered women. Every time he takes something away, he's going to be empowering us for the, what we're going to do once we get organized. So that's what we also need to think about, is that he's just going to make them that much more determined. And Merrick, and he's a Federalist, right? Somebody's told me he's a Federalist. And I saw him dragging his feet when it came to pursuing, things. So he's not on our side. I might go back to watching old Bewitched shows. Yes, that's another goodie. Oh, yeah. And how about the Addams Family, you guys? And the Munsters. That'd be good too. And Medium is really good. Yes. There's a new Golden Girls series coming. Tina Fey, Lisa Kudrow, and a couple of other actresses. I forget their names. That sounds good. I think also we need to think about going to the, museums and art shows. That would be a good thing if you can physically get out and go and do stuff very much, or every so often. Getting out and seeing things like that would be also a good thing to go and do. And maybe little stay vacays, staying at a bread and breakfast or something and going, hiking. I love Alice, Mama's Family. Oh yeah, Sanford. Yes, Sanford. So was good. Archie. Those were great. Nunya says, I'll never vote again. Dems don't protect we the people. I can understand feeling that way. I do. I do. And because I frankly felt like, what's the point? Now, I'll vote again, but I do feel like my vote is figurative. But I just am not going to let either side wind me up too much, to tell you the truth, because I don't have the energy to give them. And I'm not going to be manipulated. I don't want to be manipulated anyway. Let's see. Chico and the Man. Oh, yeah. Yes, I was the one who told you that he was a long-time member. That's right, of the Federalist Society. Yeah, no way, no how, was he going to do us any favors? And the cards show he didn't. When they go low, we went too high and only looked down. That's right. And they were like, neener, we don't even play by your rules anyway, so it doesn't matter. The only way that you can deal with a bully like that is socking them in the nose. I hate to say it, because I am a a chill person. But that's the way I know it. That is the only way that those people, you give them something they do understand. Then, oh my God, Sanford and Son was hilarious. Oh, I like the old lady in Sanford and Son that would always argue with uh oh God, Red. You know what I'm saying? Taxi. Yeah, that was really good. And the British murder mysteries. Yes, Midsummer Murders and Agatha Christie shows, PBS, all that. There's going to be really good stuff. What I was thinking of doing, you guys, is at some point doing like a watch party where we can, because I saw something on, where was it? One of my channels or something where we can do a watch party. I thought that might be fun to do. By the way, I know we are not talking about the monster thing, but he has been talking. Oh, this is funny. I don't mind just, briefing on what's going on, but he has been talking for over 35 minutes now, and it's all griping, a repeat of 2017. Bear's wanting some snacks. Is he really? Red Fox, that's who it is. He will leave soon, Trenda Parker says. Yep. Cecil Richards, passed away this morning. That's right, brain cancer, right? She had been the president of the oh, you know what I'm talking about, the women's organization for women. Flo said kiss my grits. That's right. Planned Parenthood, right? Wasn't she with Planned Parenthood? God bless her soul. She'll be helping us from the other side. Flo died? No, not talking about Flo. We're talking about a former president of Planned Parenthood died this morning of brain, I think it was cancer. I just saw this. Deb Holland said President Biden just commuted the sentence of Leonard Peltier. Oh my God. That's wild. I did work for that back in the 80s and somewhat in the 90s to work for his release. I'm so happy because that man's, I'm amazed he's still alive. The Wonder Years. Yeah, that was really a good one. And there's all kinds of stuff. There's so I think watch parties might be a good thing to get involved in, especially like murder mysteries and things like that. I'll have to figure out how to do that, and I'll get back to you guys on it on the through the community page and keep you updated on that. I'm not surprised the gargoyle is griping about alleged wrongs. After all, we've elected. No, he stole that and cheated. That his way into office with the emotional IQ of an 8-year-old little, yeah, even less. I think he's like a terrible twos, still in the diaper and griping and having a whinge fest. Let's see. How about this? I'm going to read. Are more Trumpster dumpsters? Are they going to walk away from him? Let's ask that and see if we get the 8 of Cups. Are more of his supporters now going to walk away from him? I know it's too late, but I just want to know a little Schadenfreude if they're going to wake up and smell the sewer. He said it on video. Yes, the terrible twos. Yeah, he admitted to interfering in the 2020 election. Who was he talking to? I saw that clip. And he says it. And the thing is that who, Jack, can act on that. Not Jack, but somebody else can. That can be applicable in a court of law. His confession that he just made on tape, on record. And Monk. Yes, Monk is a good one. Perhaps they can't use the 14th Amendment until he's official. Yeah, you never know, right? And don't think that it's all, know that there is light. There will be light. Someone read on today's inauguration for the idiot and said it was not illegal. It was not an illegal inauguration. I hope that's true. No, it's illegal. He's being legally inaugurated. He is. And we'll, get him out of there eventually. when he's supposed to go. It's like Gomer. Yeah, Gomer Pyle. Yeah, I remember watching Gomer. He was good. Yes, he asked that's who it was. Let me just highlight this. Let's take a look. He asked the Georgia governor to find him. That's right. Was it 11,000 votes? And he's he's just like he lies as he breathes. He just admitted to having Muskrat use his satellites to help him win. And we got that with the reading. I got Musk and many other readers. So you can't say that all that we got was, you know, we just need to be patient and wait to see what, like I said, kind of cottons and builds up so that we can kind of read the signs. Oh, Bear's got a hairball. Oh, Bear. Poor Bear. Cough it up. Well, it seems the Dems and the Republicans both corrupt now. Nobody has the guts to go after. Yeah, the Dems, they're people may not like me saying this, but they're part of the well-to-do crowd. I'm sorry. All of these politicians are. They get lifetime health care. You and I are struggling to get, if we have insurance, them to cover anything. The best stuff forever. Politicians need to know that we, the people, are the ones that are paying for everything. And they need to be they need to know where their place is. They really do. That they work for us, no matter what party they're with. That needs to also be sent home with a great big bang on the ear, as the Irish say. Oh my God, what is it? He admitted during his rally last night. Expect him to admit more. I bet he's going to be like diarrhea mouth now that he thinks he's untouchable. Because what? He got in trouble and they didn't even sentence him to anything. We finally get rid of our own idiot here in Canada, and I can't believe people voted him in 3 times. He totally screwed up our country. Yeah, I heard people feel that way. That's good luck, Canada. We love you, and we want the best for you too, so that our people can have good leaders. There's no lack of money with Congress people. No. They're all, look at the houses these folks live in, no matter what party they're in. Look at the shit we live in. A very different lifestyle. It's a class divide, people. They are killing the middle class, and they are becoming wealthier. They're not going to worry. They've got friggin' health care. They've got a mansion they live in. They don't need that mansion either. It's not for me to tell them where to live, mind you, but I'm just saying I wish they were more practical. Jamie Crockett. Jasmine Crockett for president. That's right. I like me some Jasmine. Her I'd support. Now, she's been the only one that has got right back up in their face. The only one. It's mind-boggling that this is happening again in the USA. I know. I feel like I'm on crazy pills. I do. I feel like I'm taking drugs. I'm sad. I'm eating peanut butter stuffed pretzels and drinking wine. That sounds like a kind of a good combo when I drank. But I love me some peanut butter. Sometimes I just take the jar and a, spoon. I'm sorry for Canada. Start a new beginning. Yeah, and believe you me, I don't see Canada becoming the 51st state ever. We would not want that, and you wouldn't either. So, Carrie Underwood about to sing. She'd take a Louisville slugger to a cheater's car, then she'll sing for a rapist and a cheater. Yeah, you wonder, don't you? Boycott Carrie. Oh, no problem. I never really cared for her music anyway. That's what pisses me off. Why do they have to pee on the small guy and gal? I think it makes them feel that much taller to do so because they're insecure. And, we're just trying to get through. Yeah, I support AOC and Jasmine. I do. I tend to lean more that way anyhow. This antiquated Democratic response that they gave is weak as water, and it didn't do a damn thing. It was a joke. They might have smacked him with a feather. I'm a lifetime Dem. They need to get it together. Stop the boom-baya Shish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stop being so nice. They need to be more of, we need somebody that does this. I'm gonna go in the ring for you and fight for you, fight for the people. We need somebody willing to take a good sock in the mouth, not somebody that's going, I'm going to go get my Botox. Or I'm going to get, like Trump, he gets his nails manicured. That's what makes me laugh. These guys think that he is so tough, and all those really kind of, because I live out in San Francisco area now. It's his cards and stuff with the buffed out body that with his head on it. That is so homoerotic kind of genre stuff. I laugh, and then you're like, "Wow, y'all secretly got something going on because you're really digging the gay anthems and stuff." Please stop for real. So let's just see here. I'm going to see if are going to end up going this guy, wonder if they're going to have some regret here. They need to have backbone of steel. Yes, they do. Democrats need to have a backbone of steel, and they need to be boxers. They need to be a warrior. They need to be MMA fighters. That's what they, in that sense, you know what I mean. They need to be ready to go in there and be like, you're not, we're getting this done today, or your face is going in the mat, Rubio. I'd pay to see that. And make them wear a leotard. Love the term orange gargoyle. Yeah, that's a good one. He sent abortion laws to the states. Yeah, that's right. And I do see that he'll try to make it a federal ban. Jean Louise, I do see that he will try. Because it's all going to be about family. The family that he doesn't give a two hoots about. Guilty as sin. I wonder if he gets a wax jaw as diaper. Like a Brazilian bikini wax. It's a landing strip, right? I'm getting warm, y'all. I gotta take this top off. Hang on. And I even moved my heating pad. Whew. Yeah. Have my Bob Seger shirt on. I thought, what if it's got an American Eagle on it though? Yeah. So, anal bleaching. Beautiful question. Would the king ever get involved in this Canada blank, seeing that we are under his stupid governance? How beautiful question. Would the king ever get involved in this Canada crap, seeing we are under, oh yes, King Charles. Is he going to get involved? Is that what you want to know, Arlene? I'll take a look. Yeah, and then I think when lawmakers fail the people, we should be able to go and have a boxing round with them. I'm going to bring a rolling pin. Somebody can push my wheelchair. And we're going to chase them around. Seriously, we're going to have to really rely on the arts and humor to get us through. Lots of it. There is one black man, a pastor speaking. Get him out of there. Okay, let's see. Will King Charles get involved in what's going on with Canada? Will King Charles, over in merry old England, get involved in what's going on in Canada? Is he going to have any involvement or counsel? See, I want to be able, and maybe now that he's Ding Dong Bell is in charge, I can learn a little bit more about Canada and their government. I want to learn more about different governments around the world and how they work. But he keeps doing crazy crap and sucks up all the oxygen. I think he will have some involvement. Here is the Two of Cups, okay, Arlene? And helping to bring balance. He might actually bring some help. It might be a helpful input. So that looks very much like someone that's getting involved. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Okay. Yeah, n- never that, never that. Because who would take care of your fur babies? You know, I've been there. I've thought about doing that. I have because of my situation in life and having to go through. It's hard. I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what? I'm here for a reason. I don't want to have to come back here again. So, and do this life again. This is a hard one, and this is a hard one for all of us. So let's just get it done. And we cannot give them that. We we can't let them win that way. I'm stubborn. Just that's it. Focus on your fur babies and if inviting over your friends, having a lunch with your friends, having a cookout, doing things like that. Yes, I am 70 and said I want to live long enough to hold them when they pass. Yeah, who else would be there? They need you, and that means everything. I feel like his term, due to his age, will be less than 2 years. Yes, perfect, Maureen. I was just wanting to look at that because I have a limited, unfortunate amount of time. I might come back on later after my nurse leaves. Once I'm all patched up, she's going to kill me for screwing up my blood draw. Oops. Okay, let me just. And thank you all for popping in. God bless you. And I'm sending you love. I know you might be sad, and it's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be hell, but we're going to be okay. Okay, so due to Trump's age, will his active term be less than 2 years? Can I get a yes or no? Will Trump's term, does it look like at this point, does it look like it would be 2 years or less? Will Trump serve 2 years or less? Will Trump be in 2 years or less? Yes or no? Guides, can you help me make sure I get really clear cards, please? Help me to get clarity. Will he have a term that is shorter, 2 years or less? Yes. There's the star. My guides are giving us hope. My guides are saying there's hope, y'all. There's hope. Yes. We have to go through the dark before for the light. Remember what I told you guys? The Ten of Swords? He's the contrast, but we will move toward the light. Just know that each day brings us one step closer to him being gone. That's what I do when I'm on the airplane. And I think I am on one more hour closer to landing because I don't like to fly. So just think every day is one day closer to him being gone. I want you to do that. Start your day with that. Today is one day less for him, faster. He's going to go. So Nunya says, I am a 9/11 survivor. I had 6 strokes in 2020 in 1 month. I bought this house in 2016. I am in a red state, North Carolina, and my support system is back in Jersey. Ugh. Well, you probably could find some people there in North Carolina, but you'll definitely have them online. That's for sure. And I do see his term being less than 2 years or less. So that was a yes, and it looks like it's just going to collapse. Fighting, chaos, and hidden aspects that have not yet revealed themselves to do with a chaotic situation. I just think I think he's going to have a lot of stress too. And I think that could put him closer to having the old ticker go a little funny, if you know what I mean. Because I keep getting cards like the Three of Swords for him. And it wouldn't surprise me if he does have heart condition, you know. And for Vance, I think we'll get through him too, some way, some way. Whether that made sense or not. The Magician. And yeah, there's taking action and waiting for the future. So we will just be waiting for our time to step in and take over to help the nation. Let me just see something real quick. It will be better after the ghoul, the orange ghoul, goblin, gargoyle. We have to find our humor and rely on the dark laughter. Thanks for sharing your gifts with us. My pleasure. You know what else is it for? It's meant to be shared. That's one of the reasons why I won't do the private readings, because I don't have the energy to keep up with that. And I don't want to, it would be like $200 or something, honestly, because the number of people asking would be just too many. I don't know how Linda and them do it, because energetically, I just don't have it. And I just think it's nice that I can do it for free for people here. And it may not be quite in depth, but I can give them some good points that can help them. So that's what I can do. And I try to figure out ways around my limitations so that I can share things that are helpful. Because we all need each other, we all need each other. Okay, let's take a look at, shall we take a look at UFOs? Switch it up. Let's take a look at UFOs. Are UFOs watching really closely? Because we've had so many more reports continuing of them. I hope so. I hope so, Nunya. But I say keep an open mind, and you can, keep hope, but keep it open, and be open to the positives. So let's see. Let me ask my guides. Are the ETs, are they going to be being seen even more because of the tensions in nations, especially with someone like who, the orange gargoyle in office here? Gargoyle, the rotten pumpkin. Are we going to see again worldwide more orb lights, those really high up orb lights that disappear and are not clearly a vehicle of the earth? Yes, they want to make sure that we're going to go in the better direction. They know we're going through a rough time, and they're here to help guide. They are overseeing, if you will, just like this man here is helping this lady and her child to get across. There's more things to fix, but we'll get that fixed on the other side once we make it through this dark water. And it's not for nothing that I had a dream about getting in a boat and a man that was guiding. It's kind of similar to this. And I had an infant I was holding, but it was a motorboat, and the water was choppy and smashing up against the sides, splattering inside the boat. And there was also a black dog that was sweet, and he let me know that he would make sure that if anyone went flying out of the boat, especially the child or whatever that I was trying to hold on to, that he'd make sure everything would be all right. So I want you guys to know about that. And my dreams matter. I'm telling you, my dreams more than anything, I know I can trust more than a card reading. Because he's going to be trying some tricky crap. Some sneaky business is going to be going on, and people trying to get an advantage. Some covert crap. So the ETs are going to be watching that covert nonsense. Someone trying to do stuff. All right. This is Mother Earth to me. Queen of Pentacles. And an awakening with judgment. They were saying, we're here. Hello, look, we're up in the sky. See this light? Hear my horn? Woo-hoo. Well, they don't have like a little, It'd be funny if they did. One of those old-timey ones. But look up to the skies. See what they're all doing? Looking up to the sky. So I also wonder if some of these lights that we see aren't angelic. Does anyone wonder that too? I wonder if some of these orbs that are way high up, that just like that they move in a way that our stuff doesn't, even our good stuff. I think so. That's what my belief is. I think some of that's angel, like energy. And so we have also them wanting to hold people to account on Earth. Okay, let's see. I want to see a little bit more what they want to say. You do too, artist Liz? Yeah, they're concerned about the well-being. And they're showing that they want to protect. And they also want to allow it for women. Maybe this is our Kamala or Kamala-like card coming in. So, Artist Liz thinks so. Debbie thinks so. And that the orbs are real ones and the rest are fake. Yeah, I think there's a mixture. From the reading I got, I think that they're actually the orbs and the stuff that defies earthly laws, obviously, I think are the ones that are following the more man-made craft that people have launched. Angelic realm. Let's ask what the angels want to tell us. Let's ask what our guides, angels, whatever you want to call them, our spiritual mentors, our ancestors. What do they want to tell us for a while, however long this moron is taking up space and breathing air? What do we need to know? What do we need to do? What is the best thing for us? Okay, let's see what we get. I can be on here for about another half hour, and then I'll have to sign out because I have to go to the bathroom and get ready for the nurse. Which reminds me, let me drink some more of my coffee. Excuse me. Let me see. I like interacting in the chat more now. I agree. But I don't ever really see orbs. I see like the black shadows pass by me sometimes. Yeah, there are different kinds. I think there's all kinds of energies. So I'd be curious to know what the energies are. Do you feel like they are just kind of benign? Or Liz Cheney's a fighter. I didn't used to like her, but I've gotten a new profound respect for her. She's had more guts than some of the men and women all put together. I'll tell you what. Sucking in our good air and putting out bad air. Yeah, well, definitely work on cleansing the space. Do a little cleansing and sealing of your space. It works. Yes, our apologies to morons. You're here, the popular ones aren't. Well, let's just see. What else do our angels want us to know for this time? What is good advice that they really want us to follow that maybe we wouldn't think of or would ignore? Because you know how we are once we're in this body. This heavy, dense energy in here. What do our guides want us to know? 9 of Cups. and the Ace of Swords. I think that it's going to be okay. And at the end of the day, there's going to be clarity. And I feel like pointing out also the need to share what we have with each other with the 9, because this guy is here to share. He's supposed to. It depends on the cards around him. But I feel like this is sharing with one another and feeling comfortable, feeling confident too. Some might even say smug. But I feel like this is us being told, get your own spine of steel and don't allow them. See how his hands are crossed? To me, when someone does this, this is their natural defense mechanism, or they're very cold. And I feel like it's kind of that, of like, protect yourself and do things you enjoy here with the 9 of Cups, and that it will be all right. I do sense that very deeply. And when you have to just say, like, I can't do this, just, get offline or do something else. I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles. And the 10 of Wands. So this is a new start. I think there's worry about money or the economy. It could become very hard going. I think this is a warning to, I think, put away money for saving if you can, because there could be a hard time financially, because he's going to mess that crap up. We have the family card, the connection card of people on the same wavelength. And I think keeping our intuition and our compassion connected, and ourselves connected with people of like mind, I think that's what is going to see us through and help us to see beyond the veil. Hey, Sally Thurston just dropped in to say, impeach now. Yeah, let's get the peach butts out there again. Be careful. I've encountered black shadows at my old job, and explains how it got sick at each other's throats. Yeah, that kind of energy needs to be cleared. But if you're not in good shape to clear it, don't do that, because it could attack you. Honestly, it could target you. Okay, let's see. And I saw a shadow go across the wall at my old work. Our medical building department was on the same floor as the morgue. Ooh. Yeah, if you're seeing black shadows, that needs to be. Burn some sacred candles. I would say get some, what you believe in, because that is what is key, what you believe in, and kind of create a boundary. Maya, I always see a woman around you in spirit. She's high elevation. She rubs your forehead at night sometimes. She brings this beautiful white, yellow light around you. Beautiful. Oh, I wonder who that is. That's so interesting. Must be a guide or something. I love having my head rubbed, so that makes total sense. Anyone does this to me, I'm like a cat. It's like, I'll just curl up. That is when I'm sick. I like to have my head rubbed because I'm a big baby. So this really hits home. Now, I have no idea if it's an ancestor or what, but I'll take that. That's really nice. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that with me, because, it's hard to be objective about yourself. One day is too long. My husband and I are wearing impeach Trump buttons. There you go. I believe so as well. That was 7 years ago. Terrifying to see. Yeah. I lived in a haunted house as a child back in Missouri, and I saw spirit. That was one of the first places I saw a spirit, and it was a guy that was a murderer that had lived in the house. And I saw his spirit as a child. I found that out later that that's who it was because I saw his face very clearly. So, yeah, doing that, bringing in sacred things, putting on also maybe like sacred music um, is good. Just changing the vibe of the place will make a big difference. So, like, you could put on monks chanting, that's what I would do. You think it's a guide? I do too. I do too. Just from what you said, I thought, I bet I didn't, that's interesting. Thank you so much. Only when it is dark enough can we see the stars. That's right. So that's another thing we need to make a habit of. Maybe going out and looking at the stars and getting a perspective, helping to reset our perspective at night, or watching the sunset or sunrise, doing more things like that. It's really an opportune time if we make it one. Maybe get back involved in artwork, and if you can. I wonder if he knows that now that he's inaugurated, his life is not worth a plug nickel to Putin or any of the GOP. Well, he's going to have a lot of combustion going on from the looks of the cards with the GOP while he's in there. They're going to be at each other. So it's not going to be fun for him. You're right. Let's take a look. How is this going to go for Trump? Is he going to enjoy this presidency? Let's just see. Hey, Gina's Place. Trina Parker says, you're so nice giving this to us. I want to be healed. I want you to be healed and blessed. Oh, thank you. Well, your being here is a healing and a blessing. It really is. And my being able to be here with you, despite my situation, is a healing and a blessing. I'll get there in the end. Whatever's meant to be. I lived in one here in SF2. All the doors were closing. We'd get a doorbell rung, and it was an old 1800s doorbell. Nobody else knew what it was. It's so creepy. And yeah, the doors closing. Yes, I would have my closet door open. Turning on the faucets, footsteps, activity for sure. Yes, I love doing readings on more like haunted places and like the ETs, and it's really comforting to know that they are keeping an eye on us, because it sounds corny as heck, but I do get that they are, and I think the proof is in the pudding. We've all seen, not all, but we've all by some point seen footage where it's clearly that it is a UFO that we've seen. There's been some that have been shared that I think are real. And one of them just recently was of one going in the water. I was watching some stuff, but regardless, I believe that they are there, and that they try not to get too involved. I think it was really interesting to hear about the sighting, the event that happened over in England at the American Air Force Base. Ruddersfield, is it? I may not have the name right again. But anyway, people said that they were kind of trying to snare or draw in ETs by sending out certain lights and stuff like that they were doing it that night. If you guys are aware of that event, let me just get the name of it. You've seen aliens, have you, Artist Liz? What do they look like? I've only seen one in a dream, and they were trying to take me, and I said no. I called on the Mother of God, and they left because I did not want to go with them. They also like to flush toilets. Yes, they do. Anything like that, or mess with electronics. Joseph Campbell used to talk about duality. Yes, read the Joseph Campbell book over again. Great, great book about duality in the universe. That's where I first learned about a lot of that back in the 90s. I was reading Joseph Campbell. And it seems like we continue to have dark, light, good, bad, yin, yang, but it's hard to go through the dark times. Yes. But just like we're going to be like the lotus through the mud, we are going to be like the flower through the rocks. And that's what we need to remember. Okay, I'm just going to see. Will more Trumpers end up falling away from Trump? Will they become really disgusted and protest against him? That's what I want to know. Will they join the protest against him? Will we get more Trumpers that get disgusted and join the protest against him? I think some will. Well, I'm getting a small group of people here that's being shown. That's them. Notice they are the minority. We're the majority. She should have won. And I get a man here, in particularly, or a male card, or male energy of the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I think especially Elon. I think some are going to really find that these oligarchs rub them the wrong way. And they're going to see all those farmers, like we've said, going to see that money go into not back to them with the farms, but go into the oligarchs, people that don't need it. And yeah, they'll be out there in their own form of protest in some way. It will put them in a hard squeeze. They're going to be some of them, I wouldn't want to annoy some of them. They're, a lot of them are really armed. This is about give and take, and this is also to play. So more of them going to understand that pay to play kind of thing that went on. Yeah, there's going to be a change. So we will get more of them. The box moved weird. Oh, it's probably just because it's on a table. Let's just see what y'all are saying. Everything that we improve in our lives will affect the collective. That's right. So you know what? Like when you put down a bad habit successfully, you're lifting up the universe. So like when I stop and I organize my spending and my environment, my fixing that will actually ripple out and so on and so forth. All of us. It seems silly, but it's true. I had a Costco box my cat loved to sleep in because he hates cushy sleeping beds. The box moved, away from the wall. Oh, as I walked into the room and heard the scraping of the box. Kitty. Kitty. Yes, several times. Interesting. She's talking about aliens. Yes, one time they tried to take you. You woke up at 4:15 one night, and there were several long tentacle, like things with bright blue eyes or light at the end of them. Oh, I can picture that. That's kind of weird. It reminds me of back in the 70s, there was this animated artistic film, and it had the like the big blue meanies. I think it was with the Beatles, Yellow Submarine, and there was some things that looked like that. Just in my mind, what I pictured. That's wild. They were moving around, and once they realized I was awake, they backed out really fast and left my apartment. They looked similar to the ETs in the film with Tom Cruise. Interesting. Question: how can Biden call himself a man of integrity after his spineless, craven failure to use his power to save us from this tyranny? I think he's just too tired. I think it's an exhausting job. And unfortunately, they should have had Kamala to begin with. I think that was part of their poor organization and choice. And catering to trying to get all the men to vote didn't work, did it? If that was the reason of we need a man, that didn't seem to work. Okay. So let me just see something. There was something else I was wanting to look at while I'm here. Let's see. What can we look at next real quick? I've got 10 minutes. Let's see. I'll look for over until it's over. That's right. And just like I said, to keep hope alive in your heart and protected, guard your sanity, guard your energy, guard your peace, guard your peace. I think he's a statesman. This is not the time to be a statesman. That's correct. This is a time to be like Winston Bloody Churchill and put, like I said, go MMA on them. That's what they need. They need a butt whooping. He's also old school. That's right. And Scorpios are like that. I know because my husband's a Scorpio. Don't want him to hear that because he'll go, "Don't be talking about me on your live." Like, okay, sir. Fair play. What's this say? What a damn day to conk out. Yeah. My TV just broke. Now you need a new one. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, love. It's go time. Yeah, and it really is. And that's why, again, we have the ending. We're realizing that we can't have statesmen, not with the temperature in the room being what it is. That doesn't work with them. We have to counter them effectively, and you're not going to do so, as you said, with the statesmen, unless they're stately themselves, and they're not. They are knuckle dragon. I don't know what to call it. They're just mouth breathers. Is Biden going to be held accountable for failing America? Is he going to be punished for his cowardice? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The punishment will be to see the difficulty that America is going to go through because he didn't make a more aggressive stance. And he will feel that just like we'll all feel where we've let people down once we're on the other side. And also just in general, that's my opinion. You might differ. That's fine. But in my opinion, if you mean like legally here on Earth, no, I don't think so. I think he will realize the mistake of that maybe before he passes. I'll take a look. Will Biden have any regret that he didn't act more forcibly and more like a boxer, more like a MMA fighter than a statesman? Will he have any regret with that? I think that's what we need to know to feel maybe a little bit better, at least that, right? Because there's not much else at this point. And another thing I decided to do was every morning I'm going to make a formal time to have like a prayer time, quiet time, because like I get up super early. I get up way before like the sun's up, usually 4:30 or so sometimes. Although I slept in a little bit today. I got up at 6. Okay. So will Biden feel that he should have stood up more? Will he see that? Will he understand that? Moving into a better time card. I think this is him maybe even passing. Okay, that could be a transition. Yeah. Yes, I think he will. Here's the life review. Here's the greater awareness. And that seeing that we're going to be in choppy water, and that he's going to be seeing that we need to go into smoother, we need to go into smoother waters. And I think seeing that, how choppy it's going to get, how crazy it's going to get, is going to make him understand. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's no rescue coming for us. We're going to suffer tyranny without any change. Oh, I think there's going to be change, but I don't think the change is going to happen how can it? While Dingbat's in charge. They didn't stand up to him while he wasn't there. I don't see them changing that fast. And they're not really in a position now to do much of anything. It's too late. They've missed the window, in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong. Don't take that to heart necessarily. It's my opinion. But I think that to make any real effective, I think that change to stop to whatever, yeah. I think that now we can just move toward impeaching him. That would be the thing to move toward. Okay. Queen of Wands. There's remorse too with the feminine. This may be the activity, the standing up part. I think maybe, I wonder if Kamala wanted to stand up more and he was like, no. Because there's a feeling here with the woman that there's like regret. And I was thinking, is he regretful because with the fire sign, she wanted to be more lively and maybe stand up to him more and they being told no? He's also going to be thinking more about the loss, I think, of the election for her. And the number 3 is accentuated. So, yeah, I think he will. And he'll realize with like, as the magician, things he should have done. I think a lot of the pardons and things like that, he's tried that way. That's his idea. But I do think that he will. 4:12 this morning. I'm there with you. I thought he was a scorpion. I think that he's too much. Well, there can be different types of scorpions too. Like my husband would sting your butt. No kidding. You would get stung repeatedly. But there are some that are more that float a little higher, as they say, and like the eagle is also another sign for Scorpio. So it could be that he's way too up here and he needs to be down a little bit more on the ground, brawling. I hate to say it, but let's just call it that for description's sake. Okay. Vance will impeach him. Well, let's take a look. Why not? I've got 2 more minutes and then I'll have to close off you all, but I'll come back on probably afternoon and see if anyone wants to chat. If I can. If I don't, you'll know that I couldn't. My pleasure, Jojo Tarot. It is. It is, but let's focus on the bright thing. Let's just put the light on MLK and focus on our dream. Let's look forward and acknowledge the present. Okay, we acknowledge the present, but we also acknowledge the future. And we are working in our hearts toward a better tomorrow because we know that he's going to make things stink. Stink, stink, stink. Let's ask also, will Trump be impeached? That's going to be my new favorite reading. Will Trump be impeached? Yeah, and we can do our dream work and share that with each other. It needs to be shared. This is also a time when more of us are going to be looking to share. And that's really good because we all need to shine our light to each other and share. I know how much I benefit when I watch the NDEs that people have had and so on and so forth, and other readers. I don't watch other readers a lot because I feel a little weird doing that. But also, it's the last thing I want to watch when I have free time. But well, let's just look and see if he doesn't get impeached. Will Trump get impeached? I know this is going to be childish, but I'm venting. I want him to have a great big blowout in his diaper and on TV. Everyone to see, especially his MAGA guys that think he's so macho. And don't worry, I've lost control of my mind a few times myself, so it's like, hey man, I think he should have a moment. Okay, let's just see. Will Trump be impeached? Impeachments. Peachy mint. Will he be impeached? Ace of Swords. He's shish kebabbed. Look, I'm bringing you something. That's what my grandmother used to say because she was Latvian. So she couldn't say thing. She'd say sing. I'm bringing you something. Look, I'm bringing you something. Yeah, drink this. It's impeachment. Drink. Yeah, I think he will. I think there's going to be some clear things coming. Look at that. That's a nice look. We've just signed the papers for your impeachment. Would you like to sign them? May I offer you a tasty beverage? It's some hot chocolate X-Lax. Sorry. I don't know what it is with that today, but we'll just let Maya have her silliness. There's like studying the laws. This is like, to me, this is looking at the fine print. Are you guys ready? Justice and the Page of Pentacles. Something new, written paperwork to me. I think he could well get impeached. Do, 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 do. Let's just see what else we get. Two more. Oh, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Thank you, Mikkel. I'm silly. I'm in a silly mood today. I'm not going to let them make my day bad. So I think he could get impeached. And look how happy everyone is. It's like mom and the kids are like, yeah, dad, let's go have a picnic. And like Gramps is there. So is the dog and the cat and the babies. And everyone's in the community enjoying each other, having, happy day. I'd be upset if I were Kamal. I would too. I'd be furious. It's like, can you imagine her lesson in that? Thank you, Jojo. That's right. 2 10s, ending and beginning, because it's the last of that number. It is the fulfillment. Boom, and then it has to start over again. Good point. So also remember that. We got good cards. We got good cards, you guys. I hate having to sign off, but I am going to have to sign off because I got to rush to the bathroom and brush my teeth again because I'm drinking coffee. I don't think the nurse is going to want me to have old coffee breath. And she wears a mask, so. But anyway, I want to be polite. So I'll tell you what. If I can, I'll come back on after she goes. And if anyone else wants to, they can. If I can't come back on, you'll see that, but I'll try. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off right now. I want to say thank you. And if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. I hope I can come back on afterward. Depends on how some things go. I got some stuff going on, but we'll see. And I'd be happy to do that. All right. If not, I will see you on the flip side. You know that. Okay? I love you guys. Don't let him get you upset. Don't let him get you upset. Be on the lookout because I've just got a few things to take care of and then I've got like a kind of more of an open day. I do need to call my doctor though. All right. Bye. Thank you guys. Take care. TLC yourself.